So the majority of guitar players are practicing wrong, or so I've heard and read. I don't think they mean that you're holding the guitar upside down or anything crazy like that. What I think they meant to say is that as guitarists, sometimes we practice exercises and we don't really know the reason behind them. Maybe we're doing them because we just figured it would do something for our hands. We don't know exactly what. So I'm going to show you 5 beginner exercises that progress from easy to advanced, dealing with stretching, accuracy, skipping, and so on. That way you at least know what you're practicing and you're not just fumbling around for over an hour of your practice time. So let's jump right into it. So the very first exercise has to do with accuracy and making sure that your fingers develop independence and strength on their own. It can be a little bit quite boring. There's no really excitement to it, but don't underestimate it. It's a really good exercise. So we're going to start off by placing our first finger on the first fret, followed by the middle finger on the second fret, followed by the ring finger on the third fret, and finally the pinky on the 4th fret. And then we're going to go down to the 5th string and do the exact same thing. Then down to the 4th. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you got to play this one slow to make sure you're actually playing with the tips of your fingers. You don't want to get into the habit of playing, with the flat part down here. Kind of want to make sure that you're really going slow, making sure they're in the right position there, kind of anchor like that. And then keep on going all the way down to the 1st string. Now, once you reach down here at the 1st string, if you're comfortable with this exercise already, you can start going backwards now. And climb all the way up to the top. So again, this exercise is meant for accuracy, for straightening the fingers. Now go slow. With all of these exercises, go slow. It's not really about speed. It's about just focusing on what the exercise is meant to do. Eventually, you will be able to go faster. It just comes naturally with any exercise. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't let fingers fly off the fretboard. Keep them low. Avoid tension in your picking hand. Stay relaxed. Focus on accuracy, not speed. So the second exercise now has to do with string skipping. It's going to look very familiar because again, we're going to place one finger to each fret. But this time, instead of going straight down to the 5th, we're going to jump over that one and go to the 4th string now. So from the 6th again, and then to the 4th string. And then back, we're going to go back one this time. So we're going to go from the 4th back to the 5th now. And then from the 5th, we're going to jump to the 3rd. And then again, go back one. And then jump to the 2nd. Back to the 3rd. And then finally the 1st string. So one thing that you should notice with this one is that you really have to focus that once you reach this pinky here, you want to focus that your first finger is going to go down to that 4th string now. It's not going to go straight down to the 5th. So you kind of have to visualize, okay, I have to go from here to here. And you want to minimize the gap. So you don't want to have, you'll have some at the beginning as we go. And you're trying to see, okay, where's the 4th string? Oh, it's right there. Okay. But as you progress with this one, just visualize where the next target is at. And this is not only helping your left hand, it's also helping your picking hand. Because on this picking hand, you got to also focus on making sure you don't clash in between the strings that you're not supposed to touch. So again, this is meant for you to practice the skipping of strings and accuracy again and building strength with all 4 fingers. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't let your pick dig too deep into the strings. Keep your shoulder and wrist relaxed. Slow down and focus on accuracy. So the next exercise has to do with triplets. And this exercise really helps you with shifting positions up and down the neck. Here's how it goes. So we start with the triplet right here on the first fret of the third string. Then we go to middle finger and first finger. And then ring finger and middle finger. And then pinky and ring finger. Once you reach the pinky here, you're going to have to focus the middle finger has to go to the next fret there. And that's where the position shifting comes into play here. So you really got to be like on point there. And just like the previous exercise, you might have a bit of a silence gap as you're trying to focus on making sure you hit that target. Maybe you'll miss, maybe you'll go to a different fret and stuff, but go slow. And then the exercise starts all over again right there. And I like to go one more. So you'll end up with your pinky on the 10th fret right there. So again. And you want to work on this one, just trying to make it all smooth, make it all connect as one unit. You don't want to hear the sudden gaps of you shifting between, every fret there. You can also go backwards on this one. So once you reach with the pinky down here at the 10th fret, you can start now with the ring finger and the pinky, middle finger and ring finger, first finger and middle finger. So now we need to focus on the ring finger now, hitting the fret that's behind the first finger there. So it will go to that one, and then you will start all over again. Again, the ring finger is going to go back here. Just like that. So if I were to go forward and backwards. Kind of hit the bar there. But you can do this on all 6 strings. I just did it on the 3rd string for this example. But you can do it on the 1st string, on the 2nd, or you can try all 6 of them. You can try it all everywhere you want. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't just guess where your fingers go. Be intentional. Keep your pinky controlled. It'll get stronger with time. Make sure each note is even and clear. So the next exercise now is actually the pentatonic scale, the A minor pentatonic scale on the 5th fret here. So we have the 5th fret, the 8th, then 5-7, 5-7, 5-7 again, 5-8, and 5-8 again. Now for this one, we're going to use what we previously learned on the last 3 examples here. So in other words, we can go straight down with this one. We can do a little bit of string skipping. And we can do triplets. So the going straight down, that's just pretty straightforward. The string skipping, I go from the 6th string, 5-8, and then I skip to the 4th. This is a 5 and the 7. I go back to the 5th, and then I skip to the 3rd. Then I go back to the 4th. Then I skip to the 2nd, which is the 5 and the 8 there. Then I go back to the 3rd. And finally, I finish with the 1st string, the 5 and the 8 there. So that's a way to kind of like spice up the pentatonic scale as you work on it. Common mistakes to avoid: press firmly so that every note rings clearly. Use alternate picking, down, up, down, up. Don't rush. Accuracy first, speed later. All right, for this last one, it has to do with stretching. And we're going to focus on the 2nd string and 5th string only. And we have to plug 2 notes for this exercise. So for this one, I have my 1st finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string and my ring finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string. And I'm going to plug both of them by using my pick and my middle finger, just kind of plucking them together. And then that's part 1. The second part now, we go middle finger on the 6th fret of the 5th string, pinky on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. So now we have the third part, 1st finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string and the ring finger on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. And then finally, the last one is the pinky on the 8th fret of the 5th string, middle finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. So if I work it slowly, this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now this is gonna really, you're gonna really feel a stretch. It's gonna really develop independence of each finger, and you kind of have to focus on the accuracy too with this one. Go slow. I tend to go a little bit faster for these videos because I don't want to take forever on here, but go slower than I'm playing on this video for the moment here. Like that. Practice all of these exercises slow, especially this one, and you'll really see how it develops the stretching and your finger independence, and you can easily move all of them. Common mistakes to avoid: keep fingers low to the fretboard. Don't use too much tension. Relax your hand. If the stretch feels too hard, don't force it. So there you have it, 5 powerful beginner exercises that'll help you build a solid foundation for your guitar playing. Take these slow, practice them one at a time, and they may seem difficult at first, but as you progress every single day and you practice, you're gonna be growing your brain and you're gonna be strengthening your hands, and it'll be much easier than the day before. So pick up the guitar, go practice, take it slow, and remember, every time you practice, you'll be better than yesterday. So take care, and I'll see you next time.